Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to another episode of FarmTown here in City Skylines 2, where we're now witnessing our brand new river crossing that we implemented a fair few episodes ago. But last episode we expanded Sierra Valley and created South Sierra Valley, which is an extension of the current town, which has now increased the amount of people utilising the harbour, the river crossing. The passenger numbers have dramatically increased. We've also implemented bus routes that collect people from Sierra Valley all the way down to the harbour, and vice versa in FarmTown as well. Now, in doing so, we've created this ancient old river crossing before the bridge into a little bit of a tourist attraction. But it's also enabled us right now to access more areas, expand a bit, but also kind of made us realise a few things as well. One, we don't have enough farming production. Two, we don't have enough public transport options. And three, we need more people moving into the region to be educated to take the higher educated jobs. It is crazy, boys, the amount of stuff that we now need to do. This roundabout has been annoying me for some time because they like to slightly, and I don't know why it's happening here, the distance from there to there is different from here to here. It's weird, this roundabout. I'm actually going to delete the roundabout real quick and put it back in. I'm not quite sure what's going down with it. So put you back in. I don't know if it's going to change anything, or maybe we need to make a smaller roundabout. But the alignments just don't make sense. It might be because of how the road is currently situated. But maybe I change it all up and put the alignment. This has completely sidetracked me right now, by the way. This has completely sidetracked me. It really has. But anyway, boys. Anyway. We are going to do quite a few multitude of stuffs in today's episode. We're going to build a small little village. That's one of the things we're going to do. We're going to extend the farming industry, so we're going to build a ton of new farms. We're going to build some more bus routes, and we're going to build a brand new train station on a current route that we're going to add additional capacity to. There's 4 things that we're going to implement, and where we're going to do it? Well, I want to work in this area here. This little awkward triangle is what I want to work with, and those 4 things are going to be implemented within this vicinity. I know, it's kind of crazy, right? So what I want to do is I want to kind of build a centralized small little village, and it's going to be very, very similar to these little villages that we built. Kind of a little bit of a reminiscence of their small little farming villages that we're going to build within this area. Nothing like Snobbington. Snobbington's full of posh people. We don't want to talk about those guys anyway. And within this area, we're also going to build a train stop as well, a train station stop, or a train station, whatever you want to call it, because it's going to provide local access to all the farms and workers, the university as well, and even the little town that we're going to build, the little village. But also, all of these utility areas contain vast amount of workers. They also need to be transported to some point as well, so implementing a localized train station is probably going to be a really, really, really good idea. Now, we're going to kind of complement the train station as well. We're going to implement a bus route that will obviously bring people to and from, collect, move them around the local area. So everything's all going to work and intertwine together, which is going to be quite exciting. So first things we do then, we're going to need to figure out where we're going to first situate the town. And once you figure out where we want the town to be, I keep calling it a town, it's going to be a village, where then would be the best place for the actual train station. So before we go any further, then I'm going to actually first look at how we can link up all the roads on the inside to round the edges. So if I start at the bottom right now, we've got 2 roads that could potentially, even 3 roads that potentially cut across, but I like the idea of this centralized one here. So if I get rid of... And it's kind of difficult to do this now. You've got to move it all back. Yeah, no. Because you've got to get it away. The annoying thing is, right, it sticks itself to the current farm. There we go. That was really, really, really annoying right there. But I'm just going to push that to there just for just a moment. And then we'll come back to it because it might change a few things. So the dirt road then, we're going to select it and we're going to push right through, which it won't allow me because it still has a few little issues being connected to there. So we'll just slightly adjust the farms. Straight through. There we go. We have this connection, and I'll bring it kind of quite far up for now until I can figure out where everything else is going to go. Now, we've got a couple of options over here. Now, whatever option we do, we have to cross the train line. And also as well, depending on where I put the train station, it might be a bit interesting. Now, we have the straightest path around here to implement the train line, which might be a better option. So if I just in my head say we're going to go across here, which they don't like the idea of it with the trains. We also have this slight little underpass over here as well, which we can also utilize to go through the back end of it. Now, we can't cut across there because it looks like there is a... What? I don't know what the issue is here with that. Let me see if I can go across now. No. Right, do you know what? I'm going to delete that for just a split second. We'll do the rest of it now in pause mode. And that will cut across there. It doesn't align very good, but that's okay. We'll also come off... Do I come off the university road? That might be a good idea. So if I kind of bend... We'll find the... Because I'm trying to find a nice little central point. Now, we've got a road there that connects. We've got a road here that connects, which will probably make more sense for us. So snapping off that there. And then do I do one more road connection? I mean, we have the option to cut across here, which doesn't really connect to anywhere but maybe except here, which we can cut across there. And then we just got to figure out where the best centralized location would be for this small little village. So I'm going to probably have the same issues now, boys, where I've got to now move all this stuff. So get rid of you, push you back slightly. Very good, very good. Push this all the... Oh, it doesn't like the idea of that bend, does it? Doesn't like the idea of that bend, so I'm going to have to delete that little spot there. And then push this all the way through. Like that. Right. We have discombobulated it all, but hopefully we're going to bring it all back. So that cuts through and to there. So we're kind of finding a localized area in reality, and it's mainly within this section there is where the majority, and even here as well, you could argue, where the majority of the roads kind of run. So what I could do is I could treat this as the main street of the little village. But then the question comes, where would the train station go? You don't want it too far away, but you want it enough that maybe they can either walk to it, or it's just a simple bus stop journey away. Just a simple bus hop, and they pretty much get over there. So the train station then, they're fairly awkwardly large buildings in many ways. Now if I can implement it like something like this here, right, it's not too far away from the little village. I'll kind of like... maybe build it more over this way. We haven't got to kind of situate in this main strip, which we can utilize a multitude of options. So if I delete back to here, because you might have to change how the bend comes over and how it all leans over as well. So let's see. So if I implemented it, for example, so if I go like here, for example. So let's throw that down just there. Now the annoying bit is, right, I like to make it go through the middle. I like to use the middle train track as the bypassing route. Even though it's kind of situated where the end route kind of is like it, but that's how I just simply like to build my train lines on this. Now, annoying thing is that this is not particularly aligned fairly well. So if I go like that, like this, it's aligned a little bit better to those farming areas, which for me personally helps my OCD. And then we'll see what we can get out of this. So the train station, we'll do again a dirt road. I like the idea of that. Upgrades to it, we can implement extra platform, service station stuff. We can, did that even add on? Oh, the track's required. Okay, I can't do anything else until it build the track. So let's get the rest of this track now connected. So where does the track snap, if that makes sense? So if I go for a nice bend, so we're coming out to a 259 to a 259. And apparently that's the bend. What do you mean track required? This is the track. What are you talking about? Track required. This is the track. Right, hold on, boys. Something's got a bit funky right now, hasn't it? Right. 110. Oh, see, I don't know what just happened there. Honestly, I don't know what just happened. But apparently track is required to connect. Yeah, I know the track is required. I don't know if you notice right now. I'm building a train line. I have the track connected. It could be that I completely messed it up when I placed it down. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that there was a slight issue. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, boys. Right, so 259 by 259. Nice, nice, nice. And connect in. Okay, that's perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, this is, I won't say my next issue, but the next interesting piece about this is that as this bends round, I want it to kind of connect directly into here. So let's just see where this is going to play ball. Right, so there. And we might have to raise this up slightly still. So 146, 142. We'll roll with that if it means I can have a nice elevation going down. So we don't lose anything with that. That's all good. It runs in, and then we've got enough space to do the kind of swoops in on the two other kind of lanes, if that's what you can call it, on the tracks. Right, okay. Very good. So let me just get back to where we was with everything else, and then we'll get back to normal with the rest of the builds. I don't want to kind of forget the mess that I've now just created. So there, and then there. Okay, so let's quickly situate the farms back to their original positions. Bit of a pain, but it's all good. It's all good. What did you not snap in? There we go. Right, that's sweet, mate. Down here, we've got to quickly sort these out with their new positionings. Very nice, very nice. Now, is it a sense that these can now be slightly pushed back? Do I give it a bit of space with a train line, or should I build right against it? Too many options. Too many options. I'm going to push it a bit further. I like it. Now, I'm expecting one of these right now to have an issue where the radius doesn't go that far, and I think that issue is now going to take place here shortly. Yeah, that's as far as I can take that. This one's a bit interesting, but I need the space either side for it to implement the connections for the train line. Right, okay. That's pretty much all good then. I'll take that. I'll take that. So we're going to try and build the small little town now then. And while we do have these roads all leading here, there and everywhere, I'm going to delete them, obviously make them flow a little bit easier and a bit nicer. And we do have this road coming down here, which is going to be a bit awkward of a connection. But where does this ultimately connect? So that there would connect here, right? So if I ran this straight, continue to run it straight, like that, you get this kind of weird diagonal in many aspects. And if I come off this to about there, so it could lead out and straight down, because again, it's going to be kind of surrounded by farmland anyway. So I also like the idea of having these awkward shaped farms and cut through roads and through roads. Here we're gonna wrong button. Wrong button again. Oh my, where's my bulldoze button? There we go. Delete you. Now what we'll do is we'll have the road come down here, and it will kind of naturally bend. Oh, which way? Do I have it bend that way? I think I'm going to have it bend that way. So if I delete you, delete you, delete you, delete you, delete you, and have the road naturally bend round here, and that will be kind of where the road is, you know, normally going to run. So that's a 157 159 will take it. And then what we'll also do is create, and I think it will be quite interesting this, so running straight, where does that snap in? So would we say that that's the straight bit to there? $109. We'll go to that. And I wonder if we can then create a bit of a different kind of snap there. We create this little triangle section. So you can go in all different directions, and we can use this as the focal point to the little village that we create. That can be the little focal point that we kind of work from. So with that said, we will have the odd little road that kind of connects off here and there. And we'll go quite straight on these. We'll kind of bring a road off this way. That will connect directly up. So this is quite a unique little situation we're going to have on the go right now. So bringing the roads a little down here and there. So if I pick you straight out, we're going to do a couple little roads that just kind of connect out for this little village before we then create the routes and lines. So do I do one on this little kind of section here? Could be interesting. So come off just there, and then we'll also stagger it this way, and then we'll try and get right in now and do a little bit of detail. Alright, bringing you down. We are going to have little connections. So I reckon we do the connection like this. So it's all connected in a weird way, but not ultimately not directly. It's like an old school village that grew and spread out awkwardly, and then roads had to be built around landowners. So that's the kind of vibes you ultimately get in this area. Alright, build like that instead. I mean, we can still have little connections going straight up. I was going to ultimately do like farming land in this vicinity, but this has kind of changed it for me slightly. I feel like kind of concreting the triangle. That's how I feel. That's how I feel right there. Right, we'll do that like that. We'll come off here a little bit. Not too much, because I want farming land around it all. And then let's do this side a little bit as well. So we'll come off here as... No, we'll actually come back a little bit further there. And then we'll do something like that there. We'll bring this out. We'll go a bit further down this way. So not everything has to fully connect. But that becomes the main little focal point there of the little village. I like it. I like it. It's different. It's unique. It's awkward, and I like that kind of feeling of it being slightly awkward. It reminds me of like a UK village in many ways. Little diagonal there. We'll throw that in. Little spoiler alert. Little sneak peek. Right. We'll delete this and we'll kind of create a bend here on this road. And I think then the majority of all the road layouts are going to be okay. So 96. 92 we'll go to. That road bends round, connects in through. I'm going to make this little triangle here concrete. I just feel like it would look a little bit better. And we'll do it to the first junction it both reaches. There we go. Yeah, do I want to do it like that? I think because it's like the main road that drags and connects to the village, I think we'll make them that lead to a concrete road like that. And this one we can make lead to here because it then kind of asphalts out at that point. As I slowly choke. Yeah. Which then kind of then reveals a few little areas we can add a few more little dirt roads on. And I also like the idea of maybe not having every road straight. We could do a little bit of a diagonal. No, actually, no, I'm saying too much. I'm saying too much. So, whatever gaps are left, we're going to fill with trees. We'll do some farming land around it. And then pretty much leave it like that. I'll be happy with it. So, first things then, let's just get this train line actually connected to the train tracks. So we'll go bam, bam, bam. Or not. We'll just do it like this, straight. I mean, I don't like straight connections like that. But it does serve a purpose and it does sort us out. Right, okay, so let's start with commercial over here then. We'll create a little commercial area. So we'll build some commercial shops in our little triangle. It becomes the main little shopping point of this. Scrap you. We'll kind of cut in the middle. We'll do it there and there. Don't want them too big. So we kind of limit their sizes. Like that. Is it enough that I can put it back into play mode, by the way? I think so, right? Oh, do you know what, something else I just realised? Remember the air pollution we caused? Okay, it doesn't reach this. And it's gone away from over there as well from last episode, so we're okay. We're okay. Right, let's see what we can do here, boys. There's a lot we've got to throw in. A lot we've got to build in this little area. And I want the houses to be kind of spread out far enough that they can, you know, build something pretty decent. Have something pretty decent, but nothing too crazy. You know, I don't want a house there. No, I don't want a house there either. Right, there we go. So you'll have the odd one that's a little bit bigger than others. And then you'll have some smaller ones. That's just how it's going to be. And we'll try and go for all different shapes and sizes. Kind of have like a real multitude of different like designs. So, not that it's unique, it's just, it feels like a little bit more of a town kind of vibe. So try not to put them on the straight and narrow roads. And more on the side streets. Right, I really want it to be like that, but it's going to build how it's going to build, isn't it? Alright, much as we can. Try and go for the larger star one as well. But you won't get much out of it, to be honest with you. Right, anywhere that I've kind of missed. I mean, you could argue over there, but for the most part, that should that should do us. That should do us. So we're going to incorporate then whatever train line runs through here, passenger line, we're going to make it stop off. So train line, oh, I can't see it right now. There we go. So train line route 3 is going to have a stop off there. Train line route 2 can have a stop off there. Or do I make it go on this one? So one train does a loop, one train does a back and forth. Both train lines, so there's 2 train lines now in total. Passenger lines, I should say. Because we have, okay, I don't have any cargo routes through there. We'll now stop off there, which is perfect for us. Real good, real good, real good. Now, I won't do the bus routes until we set up more of the farming area. And I'm going to double check it was grain, right? Yeah, grain farming is where we got the big deficit. So we're going to try and implement a few grain farms right now. And we'll start with over... We'll start over here. Okay. Start there. All the way up to the edges. Keep it going. And we can't go too far with it. So we'll kind of call it quits. And then we'll kind of plant down trees. And all that good stuff in areas where we could really utilize it. So we'll do the same over here right now. Build an additional farm. Now, we are limited with space. We are going to have to kind of build more roadworks. But I'm just going to do the edges of where it makes sense and then kind of come off it as we like. So I reckon I might... To mention, I don't think I've got much space left to utilise. Oh, I can definitely build a farm along here. Alright, scrap that one. We go to about there. No, it doesn't like that. Straight up, go round and down. There we go, and we'll fill these little nooks and crannies, and we have to do the rest of the road network is what we're gonna have to do then. So I reckon a basic farm here in this awkward shape. But I like the awkward shaped farms. It adds a little bit of detail and character to the area. So I'm a big fan of those awkward shapes. Do one here, which again is an awkward shape, but we can't take it all the way up. There we go. Ooh, there we go. Very good, very good, very good. Now this area we're going to have to implement roads. A couple of roads here and there just to kind of fill the gap. So if I brought that coming down and then ran down to here where this crosses and then stagger this to have a connection there. Do you reckon we can get 3 farms in this vicinity? Well, we're going to find out. So that one would go there. One would go there. Yeah, it's actually quite perfect. Couldn't have worked out any better, to be honest with you. Alright, there we go. La-di-da. Beautiful. So making sure that this is situated just correct where we can maximise all 4 corners. And then one just around here. So, not going to go all the way to the diner. Don't want to get too close, but just close enough where the diner is situated on the outskirts of the town. You know, it feels like it's kind of in the service area, surrounded by nothing. Nice views out the windows while you're eating your diner food. It's pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty cool. So this is slowly filling it all up right now. We just got to fill this little gap and then kind of figure out a way to do it around the university. Now, I don't think I'm going to do the whole thing around the university. I think we should plant trees around the gaps, but also figure out a border to where we're going to run so we're not too close to the university. I got to do something a little bit in here as well. So if I connected off, let's say I came off this here as a straight up section. Just so I can snap a quick little... Oh, that didn't... that broke straight away, didn't it? That broke straight away. Little grain farm here. So we'll go up to about there. Again, not too far up because, you know, boys. Try not to encroach too much on the village. Because I want to leave gaps, nooks and crannies for trees and such. So that will do me. That will do me. So we're just going to figure out now then, where is the best option to run farms around here. I reckon one farm there, and then that's it, then it's done. It is going to be done. So if I go right to the edge, right down, I can see vehicles turning into this brand new area as well, which is pretty good. And if I run it, so if I select there and then run it to the zoning on that side, and then do the same on this side. Oh my goodness me. How dare you. Hilarious, isn't it? Like, you put it in the same spot and it's all okay. So running it to the edge. is what I've done. And then we'll plant some trees around it so it doesn't feel so awkward. Now we've got two various trees here. We've got oak and we've got hickory. So let's spam a fair few amounts of oak and hickories down right now. So pine, there's hickory. So I'll go around quickly with the hickory brush right now. And to be honest with you, we might as well kind of fill a few more of these little gaps in. Going down there. I know we got a couple of gaps here we're going to fill with trees as well. But now knowing the local wood that's in this area near Newton, we'll go a little bit more. So filling all this in. Push it a bit further. I don't want to turn it into a forest, but you know, it'd be nice to have a couple of extra. So hickory and oak. Where's oak? There's oak. So squeeze what we can in now with the oak. Much as we can. There we go. There we go. So you might be able to see the difference of the oak being thrown in. Well, it's definitely going down there. You'll notice it when I zoom in a minute. Right, that'll be enough, right? Get some oak down here where we've kind of placed it all in. So just got to give that now time to grow, right? Give that now time to grow and it will look pretty good. Whoa, what's happened over here? Has there been like a huge explosion and then like cars went miles away? Why is there so many road accidents all dotted all over the place? Oh, that's going to cause major traffic issues, isn't it? Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Right, train lines implemented. We've got the station up and running. Very good. There's even passengers waiting. Now we need to utilize this a little bit better. What we're going to do, we're going to create an overall kind of loop around the generic area here that kind of stops and starts at the train station. Makes a lot of sense for us. And then we might do, I don't know if I want to do a route anywhere else. We'll kind of see how far we get with it. But yeah, this is going to be the one. So we're going to start with bus stops then. And we'll start with our bus little shelters. Now, bus shelters are not very good on the dirt road, so we'll start with a normal bus stop. Now, we're in America, so they drive on the right-hand side of the road. So we'll kind of go this way. So we'll go, it's obviously going to be going down this way. And then we'll kind of bam, up, down this way, through, round, down. Yes, that's how we'll do it. Bit awkward, I know. But I might do a double stop both sides and have two bus routes. So the bus line is then going to go down to... Right, we'll then pitch it here and there. We'll go up to about here. Is that both sides? Yep. We'll then bring it down to here. Both sides. And then we'll bring it down. Bam, bam, bam. And we'll make it go... Ooh. So around there. Do I bring it down this way and then in? I think so. So we'll bring it down there. We'll have a stop here. Get right in. And here. We'll then bring it up to here and have a stop there and there. Now, it's all on the outskirts. All these bus stops are going to be on the outskirts of the town. So it's literally going to be a short walk for them. I'm going to have a stop here and here. And then move that bus line stop to over there. Make a little bit more sense for us. And then it's going to go down this way. And I'll make it run along this pedestrianised section. So one there and there. One there and there. Turning back round. So we'll make it go round there, back up. It's got a bit of an awkward one. So bam. And I'll make it do a stop. We'll do it here and here. Right, it makes sense in my head for just a moment. So we'll see how far we get. There and then there. And then it's going to kind of cut through and then go back down. So it works on both sides. I'll put the bus route down and then see if I can change any roads to make it a little bit more efficient. Right, so if we start there, we then go down to here, which will then end up to over there, down to here, down to there, to there. Ooh. So is that the speedier option? Oh, or is it? No, it's because that's pedestrianised, right? No, okay, maybe that was the speedier route. Wow, you wouldn't have thought that, would you? You wouldn't have thought that. Right, into there. Into there. Now, it has to do something awkward there, but I'm hoping I can maybe cut that road as a connection. Kind of bring them in a little bit easier. Right, that route's done. Now we do the same going back. Same going back. And we'll kind of reevaluate it all. And then throw in some waypoints as well. Because ultimately I would like it to kind of, you know, take the same route. So let me just quickly sort the bus routes out now. So this is line 8 and 9. We'll do a blue and we'll do a green. Now this route's going to throw in too many buses. We'll put 7 on. 7, and this one's going to want too many buses as well. 7 on that. Right, okay, so let me just rejig the waypoint. So where does it go a little bit differently to the other one? Alright, go that way, cutting through. Now, for some reason, it's quicker to go that way with that one. So I don't know whether to make this one take the same waypoint there, which feels a lot better. They both choose, and I find that hilarious, to deviate on that point. That's hilarious. Now, did I take any other routes around here? They do along this, which I find interesting. Alright, stick to that. Here is where it goes a little bit mental. Now, we'll come back to that. Because I'm going to have to change a road to kind of sort that out. I'm also going to make... Where's the university gone? This bus route here, stop there. And then not there. There we go. Just a way to kind of crisscross that route in general. And to be honest with you, I could also make it crisscross there as well and bring it in that way. And this one, to be honest with you. So it can kind of incorporate itself on 3 stops along that green route. So it takes a little bit of pressure off it, even though there's not going to be that much pressure on it in general. But it just alleviates some stuff, and that kind of slightly weirdly helps us out. It's also a long bus route as well. I'm not really sure that was probably the best way to go about doing it. But anyway, boys, we need to sort this road out over here. So the offending farm is this one in question. It's probably going to be the other one as well. But I got to do that awkward task right now of getting this connected in. Which wasn't that bad really, was it? It wasn't that bad. And sorting you all out. Yeah, we'll take that on board. So, it does change the bus route straight away. No issues for them. And just making sure that runs on the same line. No issues, mate. No issues. Makes it a little bit more efficient. So, pretty interesting to see those buses now skedoodle along. Now, like I said, they are a little bit on the outskirts of the town. But, you know, they can walk to it. It's completely fine. It's completely fine. They can walk to it. Okay, the roads are walkable. That's the part about living in a village. Not all your necessities are on your front doorstep, like if you lived in a city. That's just how it works, okay? That is just how it works, unfortunately. Now, we've got more crashes over here. What is it with the crashes right now? Is it the transition from dirt road into highway? Messing people up right now? Right, can we throw in a small little park, just something to kind of bulk this area up a little bit? We'll give them a small park over there. We'll build a small little playground over here. We'll get a nice little dog park in the corner over there. And a campfire site. It doesn't feel like it would require a campfire site, but there's a couple of amenities right there, something they can really kind of benefit from. So all I've got to do now then is put a region around them. Now, what are we saying, boys? Let me know in the comment section to what we should rename, or what we should actually call this little village. You guys give me some name suggestions in the comment section down below. But a brand new village that you can now rename. And has it kind of quenched our deficit? Almost. Almost quenched the deficit on grain farming. That is exactly what I like to see. That is exactly what I like to see right now. So, yeah. We'll give this area a little bit of time. Wait for things to pass by. Wait for it to do what it's got to do. We've got a total of 63 residents living in that little village as well, which is ultimately interesting. But also, by connecting the roads, we've given ourselves alternative routes for vehicles to go, traffic to flow, for when jams or accidents do happen. So, pretty interesting one. It is a pretty interesting one. I'm not happy with all the bus routes in general now. A lot of the bus routes were originally just point to points from city to city, but I feel like we need to spend some time in properly setting up now some new bus routes. Having dedicated ones that just go within the town and city itself, a couple of ones that loop to the local areas, larger ones that go from town to town. You know, we've got to really start thinking about, you know, really sorting out our bus routes, and it might be something that we look towards maybe implementing a little bit better in the next coming episodes. But we're really filled in that gap right now. We're really filled in that gap, and it looks pretty good. I'm really happy with it, and it'll be interesting to see how many people do actually start using it as well. So we just give it a little bit of time to all come to life. But people living in here, that's the wrong building, but people living here, I wonder where they're going to work. It'll probably mainly be around the farming areas. But I'm liking the fact that we're now filling in all the gaps. This farming land is coming together. I just realised as well, why don't we end it by building one more farm? And I wonder if I can actually place it where our original... Okay, no, I can't get both in. But I'm going to keep the original road entry point for the sewage treatment. And if I go there directly up, I'm going to get 2 grain farms in here. There we go. 2 grain farms in, and it just keeps the original kind of layout with the road. Oh, wow. You had to mess up, didn't you? You had to mess up. And this would be a great way to end today's episode. Filling in the old sewage plants right now with grain farming. So you could argue we've fertilized the land with human poo. So these will be the tallest grains you've ever seen in your life. They will be the tallest grains you've ever seen in your life. Surely now, that would have got us out of the deficit. Surely that's now got us out of the grain deficit, and it has. It's provided adequate tonnage, is the best way to put it. And the tonnage is still growing kind of slightly. Oh, yep, no, it definitely is growing. It definitely is growing. So we've got a surplus of all the materials. It'll only be time. It will take time right now to then work on getting the surplus of the material goods. We've only got a surplus of beverages, convenience food, food in general, and textiles. All farming products. Not looking too good. But it takes a while. That's all I can say. It takes a huge while. But place is looking busy. I'm pretty happy that it's now turning out. It's all growing. The region is looking so much more beautiful every time we come in and do more damage. What's unemployment like? Out of curiosity, 0.6%. And the job market? We need more uneducated jobs, poorly educated jobs. So it just means build more farms, Seniac. Build more farms. Those 2 new ones we put down right now. 15 jobs, 17 jobs, something like this. 29, 29. So we're on the right path. We're on the right path. Hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, smash that like button down below. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.